Hello, English lovers. Welcome to our lesson for today. So, I have realized that some people commonly or often get confused between regular and irregular verbs. So, today we'll be tackling the differences between regular and irregular verbs. Now, what is a verb? A verb is an action word. For example, run, eat, play, dance, just to name a few. So, before we dive into the differences between regular and irregular verbs, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, turn on your notification bell in order to get notified whenever there is a lesson. Let's continue. What is a regular verb? A regular verb is any verb whose conjugation follows the typical pattern or one of the typical patterns of the language to which it belongs. What we are saying in essence is that a regular verb follows the normal pattern or the normal rule of conjugation of the verb in any language that this verb is found. Now, for example, when we are talking about past tenses, for example, the simple past tense to be precise. Now, when we say play, what is the past tense of play? The past tense of play is played. We add ed. This means that play is a regular verb because it follows the conjugation or the normal conjugation of adding ed to the past tenses. Another verb is dance. Dance is a regular verb because we will add a d to the verb dance in order to have the simple past tense. So, all the verbs that follow this pattern, all verbs that we add d or ed are called regular verbs. Okay, now let's take the next type of verb, irregular verbs. What are they? Irregular verbs are verbs whose conjugation follows a different pattern. The conjugation follows a different pattern. For example, eat. What is the simple past tense of eat? Ate. Another example, sleep. The simple past tense, slept. So we cannot say that the simple past tense of eat is eaten. Neither can we say that the simple past tense of sleep is sleeped. So, with this change in the conjugation, which we have to, instead of adding ed, we change even the pronunciation and the spelling. These verbs are termed irregular. That means they do not follow a particular order. A verb can take specific forms called principal parts, which consists of the simple past, the past participle, and the present participle, which helps individuals conjugate the verbs across all its forms. So, we earlier said that regular verbs end with either a d or an ed. For example, cook, cooked, dance, danced, tattoo, tattooed, shape, shaped. Now, irregular verbs do not follow a specific formula to indicate them. Let's be clear with that. Irregular verbs do not follow a particular formula or pattern. Now, for example, we earlier gave examples of sleep, which had the past tense as slept and the past participle still slept. Then let's have some exceptions to irregular verbs. There are some verbs that do not change at all. Some verbs are the same in the present, the same in the past, in the simple past, and the same in the past participle. For example, cut. The past tense cut, the past participle remains cut. We cannot say that yesterday I cutted something. No. The past participle or the simple past remain the same. This is also another type of irregular verb because it does not follow the normal norm of conjugation. Again, irregular verbs can equally have the simple past tense as different from that of the past participle. For example, we have awake. Awake. That is the simple or the base form. What is the simple past tense of awake? Awoke. Now, what is the past participle of awoke? Awoken. So, irregular verbs, we have the first type, which have the different simple past tense and the same past participle. For example, buy. The simple past tense bought, the past participle bought. The second type of irregular verb that we have are verbs that do not change. They remain the same in the simple, past, and past participle. For example, cut. Then, the third type of irregular verb that we have are verbs that have a different base form, another different simple past, and another different past participle. For example, we have break as the base form. The simple past tense we have broke, and the past participle we have broken. So, that is our lesson on the differences between regular and irregular verbs. Remember to practice, practice, and practice. Why? Because practice makes perfect. Before we go, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any issues you'd like me to handle, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Remain blessed.